Hello, everyone. Erelu Sherry Adegbeson here, and welcome to day 3 of 5 days to discovering your passion. Yesterday, we talked about how important it is to take action when in search of your passion. Today, I would like to talk about recurring themes, right? I'll be talking about recurring themes and discussing patterns that can help or hinder your passion. So we're going to be looking at things that can stand as an hindrance, that can hinder your passion, and things that can actually help your passion. That reminds that it is highly likely that your passion is already present, right? It is highly likely that your passion is already present and active in your everyday life. Trust me, your passion might be present already. It's just for you to recognize it. And that's why we're doing these sessions. This is day 3, right? This session is to help you identify. We're not creating something new. We're just channeling you into identifying what already exists within you. Think about this. Sometimes you get into conversations, you browse the internet, you read books or you read blogs, you watch videos on YouTube, and you write or talk to other people about certain topics that you are interested in. All these things are things that channel you towards your passion. Think about the conversations you have. Think about when browsing the internet. What are the things that you find that draws you, that you feel you're drawn to? When you read books, what sort of books are you drawn to? What sort of books are you interested in? Do you find interesting? When you read blogs, what sort of blogs do you find interesting? And when you watch videos on YouTube, do you just watch every single video that comes on YouTube? I guess not. So what else, what sort of videos are you drawn to on YouTube? And when you write or talk to other people, what sort of topic are you interested in? What sort of topic gets your attention, and what sort of topic bore you to death? So these are instances that shows where your passion lies, right? So depends on where you invest your time. You invest your time and money in things that are of value to you. Right? You can begin by, in order to identify this, you can begin by looking at your budget. Look at your budget. Look at your checkbook. Look at your credit card statements for clues. Check check out the last 6 months of your calendar entries. What have you been up to? What are the things that you've been doing? What are the things that you found really, really interested in? The truth is, you only invest your time and money in things that you value the most, right? You only invest your time and money in things that you value the most. And this is somewhat where your passion lies, right? There are specific topics. I'm sure there will be specific topics that grab your attention, just as there are topics that you find tedious or uninspiring or even frustrating. Right? There's some topics that I wouldn't read at all. I wouldn't even go near it. But there's some topics that for me, I just get glued onto it because I'm passionate about, that area of study. Right? There are topics you love to learn more about. There are topics you love to read more about, even write about them. These are areas of passion that you are developing, whether you recognize it or not. So when you look at topics that you're drawn to, you like to read about them, you like to write about them, you like to talk about it. These are areas of passion that you are developing, whether you choose to recognize it or not. It is there for you, right? Think about when you have an old friend call you, right? When an old friend calls you and wants to know what you've been up to, this is a time for you to pay attention to what you share. What do you share with this friend? That shows your passion. That shows where your passion lies. We naturally, as human beings, want to share areas of high interest with people that we care about. So when your friend comes to you or calls you, and say, "Oh, what have you been up to, girl?" What do you tell your friend? You obviously you're going to share things that you're passionate or things that you have high interest in. You know, these are ways, these are clues to you discovering exactly what you're passionate about. At times you find yourself envying what another person is doing, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, if you find yourself envying what another person is doing, that can be an important clue to what you are missing in your life. If someone is doing something and you somehow have this envious feeling about that person, that means that is a clue to what is missing in your life. Don't take it negative. Don't beat yourself about it. Just do something about it. You know, it shows your passion lies in there. And that's why when I see people who envy other people, I don't blame them. I don't get upset. It's just that they're in the process of identifying something that is missing in their life. And if that person wants to help themselves, that's the time for you to begin to develop that area, that part that is, missing, if you understand what I mean. So, on that note, it might not be the same exact activity that you're envious of that person, right? But aspects of what that person is doing could motivate you to try a new activity or maybe launch a new venture. Say your friend was, into a makeup business. That friend has just started a makeup business, and you feel, oh, you feel a little bit of envy towards that person. That's a good indicator that something in your life is missing. It might not be that exact same activity, but some aspect of what that person is doing could motivate you to try new activities, or maybe launch a new business. You might not go into the makeup business that your friend is doing, but you could go into the fashion business, which is the clothing line, or maybe hair, or something similar, but not exactly what your friend is doing. But the bottom line is it's an indicator, right? See it as an indicator rather than beating yourself up. See it as an indicator of something that is missing in your life. Okay, right. The pattern of habit you develop, right? The pattern of habit you develop could have either a positive or a negative vibe on your passion, right? The habits, I'm talking about habits now, the habits you develop, right? The habits you develop could either have a negative or a positive, could either have a negative or positive notation on your passion search, on your search for your passion. So we need to be careful. Your habits could either nurture, right? It could either nurture or hinder your passion, right? Your habit could either nurture or hinder the development of your passion, right? To a large degree, I would say taking action is what will bring joy into your life. There is no point pretending that all is well and doing nothing about it. So I would say taking action is quite important. You know, when you talk about achieving your passion, you require, when you talk about achieving a passion, it requires you to honestly examine your priorities. And that's a fact. You must honestly examine your priorities. Sometimes you might find yourself being lazy, right? You might find yourself being overly lazy, right? Or, you might find yourself procrastinating, right? Bear in mind that unhelpful habits get in the way of a wholehearted discovery process. This is day 3. And if you want to make a success of this 5 days to discovering your passion, you need to eliminate, right? Eliminate habits that would hinder your progress, right? You need to drop habits that would hinder your progress, no matter how difficult or how challenging you might think it is. You need to drop those habits because they're not getting you anywhere, right? So here's what I want you to think about today, right? Here's what I want you to think about today. What recurring themes do you uncover when you examine the things that you read, right? What recurring themes do you uncover when you examine the things that you write about? So also, what recurring themes do you discover or do you uncover when you examine things that you spend your money on, things you invest your time in, things you love to talk about? Let's use social media for example. Some of us spend a lot of time on social media. That's fine. You're helping some people make money, but you could be making money as well from it, which is fine. It's not a problem. But look at the things that draw your attention. You are not on every single person's page on social media, are you? No. You system, whether knowingly or unknowingly, filter what you watch. And when you filter what you watch, you might spend hours on that particular aspect, isn't it? This is where your passion lies. Look at the recurring things around you. What are you reading about? What are you watching? What are you writing about? What do you spend your money on? What do you invest your time in? And what do you love to talk about? It's really important to consider all of these things in order to identify where your passion lies. This is about you digging deep into your own life, into your own soul, and taking responsibility, finding that you inside of you based on the general things that you do on a day-to-day basis, right? So, what areas what areas of interest does your calendar reveal, right? Look at your calendar. What areas of interest does your calendar reveal about your time investment? What have you been investing your time on over the past 6 months? Or even from the beginning of January up until now? What are the things you've been investing your time on, right? What areas of interest does your budget reveal about your financial investment? What have you been investing on, right? Financially. Then look at this. What part does procrastination play in preventing your pursuit of passion? What are the things that you're putting off to doing? Sit down and make a list of these things. Okay, what have I been spending my time on? Right? Let me look at my calendar. What have I been doing since January till now? We've been on lockdown in the UK. So what have you been doing with that time? Now, what does your budget reveal? What has my budget been? What have I been spending my money on? What financial investments have I been making? And when I talk about financial investment, I'm not talking about shares, stock, and all of that. I'm talking about what you spend your day-to-day money on, And what about procrastination? What role does procrastination play in preventing your pursuit of passion? And there we go, laziness, the number one hindrance, right? What about laziness? Or putting urgent things, but really important things above your own desires. Listen to that. What does laziness or putting urgent, but not really important things above your own desires? Sometimes in life, you just need to sit back and just chill. I know I've just talked about procrastination. There's a difference between procrastination and having your own me time, right? You need that regardless, right? So what role is laziness playing? You need to make a note of all this. Very important. Make a note of all of these and review it sincerely and honestly. No coach is gonna be able to help you uncover all of these things. You have to uncover it. Even if you're sitting in the room with the best of the best coach, if you're not totally honest with yourself, you're going to make that coach's life really, really difficult. And that's the fact. That's the truth. No coach has a magic wand. All they can do is coach you, and you have to be submissive. You have to be willing, unless you want to be hypnotized or something, which I don't know much about. But if you want to discover your passion, if you want to make a huge progress, a huge turnaround within this 5 days, you need to sit down from day 1 to day 3 and be honest with yourself. Answer all the questions I've been asking for the past 3 days sincerely. And that's the key. That is the key to helping you uncovering, wholeheartedly discovering, your passion. It's a process. It's a process that you have to be fully involved in. And I can't stress this enough. You have to be fully involved in it. You have to honestly examine yourself. We take external exams anyway, and most of us do very well with external exams. What about the internal one? Conduct your own internal examination. Sit down by yourself, with yourself, and for yourself, and examine yourself wholeheartedly and come up with that God-given thing. And if you follow all the processes I've been mentioning, you will definitely come back and thank me if you do it wholeheartedly, right? So that's it for today. Tomorrow we will discuss some of the ways you can explore a potential passion and further access possible career path to see if your passion can actually lead to a career path. So I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe onto my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Erelu Sherry Adegbeson on YouTube. Please, please, please click the subscribe button. I beg of you. This is going to help me keep doing what I do. So please, please, please subscribe, that's the word. Subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the button, the subscription button, subscribe button. And you can also follow me on Facebook, right? Like the video, like this video, like everything I do. Please just click on the like button. It doesn't hurt to click on the like button. It's unfair if you are benefiting from this, and I understand you might not want to leave a comment, but just click on the like button. It doesn't hurt you. Just click on the like button. I like this video. Thank you. And thank you in advance for those of you who are going to click on the like button. My Facebook name is Erelu Sherry Fat Adesumbo. You can find me on Instagram. Instagram page name is my foundation, life_changes foundation. And on Twitter, my handle is life_changes1. Life_changes1. And remember, in all your choosing, choose happiness. In all your choosing, choose peace. Choose to be peace wherever you go. And in all your choosing, choose love. And most especially, be determined to succeed. Be determined to succeed. And I will see you tomorrow, where we will talk about and explore potential passion and further assess possible career path. Yeah. God bless you and thanks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.